Johnson ahead of the 2025-26 campaign. Coach, thanks for joining us as always, and just kind of your opening thoughts. 18-11 record one season ago, a 13-7 and RMAC play record. You guys were tied for fourth in the league. A lot of turnover though from last year's squad, but just kind of your thoughts as you go into this new season.
Well, new seasons, new feelings, new excitement. Obviously, we lost what I consider probably to be the greatest player to ever play here, one of the best players in the country easily. And then you throw in some of those complimentary pieces that I thought were really good. It was a tough summer. We had big plans, and then you get up off the mat and you go recruit as hard as you can, and we bring in 11 total new girls, 8 transfers, and I gotta admit, since they've got here from day one, they've been super energetic, mature, hardworking, and I'm excited to see what we can mold into by the time it's time to play in March.
Coach, like you mentioned before, alluding to that team from a year ago, Alicia Little, your daughter Tommie, Landry Hudson, the list could just go on, an outstanding group of girls who really kind of set the tone for future years to come. How do you replace, the engine that your daughter was, point guard? How do you replace Alicia Little, who a lot of people would say was the most dominant player in the country? How do you find that replacement in those 11 girls?
Well, I think that I realized that I'm never going to get enough. Well, not never know, but I'm not going to get that kind of production. And so what we chose to do is go deep and versatile. And so instead of having, one dominant girl and a couple really good complementary pieces, we'll be 10 deep this year. And I know we have, on any given night, we'll have 4 or 5 kids that'll be in double figures, and we'll change up the defense a little bit. So it's got to be done by committee. It's got to be done by some kids, who can really buy into the roles that we brought them in here for. And so I'm excited to see it. Maybe we'll be a little harder to scout with the points coming from everywhere.
Coach, talk about the 3 girls that you do bring back. We'll get into the newcomers again here in a moment, but you bring back Genesis Sweetwine, who, what a great first year she was, a great compliment to go along with your daughter Tommie last year. Kind of throw in 2 point guards kind of at the same time, 2 ball handlers, but Genesis kind of been given the keys, and then along with Destiny Smith and Brooklyn Mason, you bring back 3 culture girls, 3 girls that really know how to lead the team, and just talk about those pieces you brought back.
Well, Genesis, her growth has been amazing. She's ready to be PG1, and not just be a complimentary piece. She knows me. She knows the system. She knows the league. It's been interesting to watch her take on more of a leadership role this year. I don't got to say, get on the baseline. I don't have to do all that. She knows, and she's been a really good coach, really good for me to lean on as I'm teaching things to other kids. Destiny had an amazing summer. I'm looking forward to seeing what she can do. In our couple of scrimmages so far, she showed really, really well her ability to defend multiple positions, get to the basket, and she's making wide open threes. And Brooke she had surgery this summer on her foot. Yesterday was her first full contact practice, so I'm excited to see her. Her attitude, though, is always through the roof and energetic. She's a great teammate, and I think she's going to probably have a say in this when it's all said and done, really contributing at that 5 spot for us.
Coach, going back kind of to Genesis, obviously that Northeastern Junior College, a little pipeline we know you have a great connection with. You're able to bring in a couple girls that are real familiar with Genesis. I've gotten to play with Genesis in the past. Good friends. More importantly, I think that connection's probably there. But you bring in a Division I transfer, 2 Division I transfers, Sanea Martinez and Ruby Sweeney Spitzek, an Aussie that's been around the league and has also played some Division I ball. Talk about how excited you are to bring a couple Division I products in.
Well, they know why they're here. Obviously, I think we don't get them if Genesis didn't have a good time here and vouch for us. And I got to admit, I think since I've been here, we've had Morgan Dials has been a great 3-point shooter, Landry Hudson, Romola Dominguez, and I think Sanea Martinez is right on par with those girls. She can really light it up. She won the 3-point shootout at Masari Madness. She can really get hot. She also can put it on the deck. So the one thing about her that I did not know is how high her IQ was and her ability to pass and make others better. So super excited. I can see why she went Division One. So super excited to see her start putting it together. And Ruby is, man, she's been a godsend. Just one speed, all out, plays so hard, super coachable. I'm excited for her because I think she's chomping at the bit to show people like who she is. So being able to get those two girls to come in and plug them in, they fit right away.
We also know you had a little bit of a bidding war this last off season, and you were able to come out victorious in that war with Dasani Nesbitt, an outstanding talent from. He's going to get to go back home this weekend to Billings, Montana, a Gillette College product, and I mean we could go on and on about how talented she is, but just talk about Dasani Nesbitt and what she's going to bring to your program.
Well, right now, man, I didn't know I was recruiting a big point guard. That's what she is. She can really handle it. She can pass. She sees the floor. She's vocal. She can play 1 through 5. And so right now what we're hoping with her is be able to spread the floor, let her play some one-on-one, create for other girls. You'll see her pushing in transition a lot. And then to top it off, she'll be able to go in the post and hit you with a variety of moves. But she's been as good as advertised, and like most kids, this is still a different level, so she's got some adjusting to do, but she's awesome.
Coach, you also brought in a couple in-conference players. I just talk about how important that can be to your program. You bring in Lacey Ruffle from Denver, MSU Denver, and then you bring in Mallory Byrne from Shattered State, and obviously, they know the league well. They've been around the league. How important do you think it is to, with the portal being as lenient as it is now, to bring in in-conference talent?
Well, they still got to fit, and I just want to start with Lacey, man. I have been in amazement at her instant growth. I think Lacey's probably one of the best scorers on our team. She plays inside out. Her attitude and her hunger to get better and to learn things on a daily basis. And then she's one of those kids. She'll be like, can't think who we've had in the past that you would know, but she's gonna say what's on her mind. It's super funny, great attitude, and so I know she can be productive. She did that last year against Western State. I think she had 25 up there, but she's been amazing. And Mallory has really shot the ball well. High IQ kid, come from a family of basketball players who can shoot, and so looking forward to those two, like helping us no matter what these kids think they know. There's nothing like being on the road at Mesa or Black Hills, and you have to have done that before to understand it.
Get to the freshman here in a moment, but another one of your transfers coming in, an outstanding talent. You'll love this. You've got that Otero pipeline running through your blood there as well. You bring in Nyla Owens, another really good shooter that really seems like she fits into this style of play. Talk about her as well, the Colorado Springs native.
Yeah, she's got here, man, and I think her best basketball is ahead of her, but she's really surprised me with her ability to defend. She's a great on-ball defender. She can pressure, good athlete, get out and run. And then when her feet are set, she's about as good as we've got when it comes to shooting the basketball. So happy that Nyla's here. She's growing every day, and I can't wait for her to have a breakout game.
Also talk about your other transfer coming in from Casa Grande, Arizona, Murray State College before this, Latai Charles.
Latai, yeah, super athletic, strong kid. She can shoot the three. Unfortunately, we just got word yesterday that Latai's got a meniscus tear. So we're going to have to see what that entails for her in terms of getting back and getting ready to play. But she was having a really good preseason. So strong kid, got some really strong ties to playing in this league. She played in Region 9 before, so we just want to get her healthy and get her going.
I didn't anticipate going through the whole roster with you, but we might as well since we're down to the freshmen now. Talia Strode, man, what an outstanding high school player she was. We know she's coming back off of injury. Jamie Swazo, you get a local talent in Pueblo West, multi-sport athlete coming in. And then, of course, you get Jada Bob, another Denver area, Aurora girl. You've got three really talented freshmen who, do you anticipate on seeing them on the court a lot this year? What's your plan for them?
Well, you know what? Talia just got back cleared, so she's just been practicing recently. Super quick. She's feeling her way out. Jamie's been great teammate. She's picking it up. Coming out of high school, she played everywhere, so she's figuring out she's a guard for us. She's shooting it better. And Jada Bob will play. Jada Bob has been better than advertised. She's got a long way to go. But as far as her physicality on the block, I mean, even from our scrimmages, she's already getting double teamed. So we've got some things to teach her and make her better. But when you watch her out there, she's not out there taking pictures. She's out there to play, man.
Coach, kind of circling back to last year's squad, with Alicia and Tommie and Landry, just you guys had some big time firepower.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys weren't always couldn't dip into your bench as much as you wanted to. You had some outstanding talent that could come off the bench.
Yeah.
But sometimes you'd have to go seven, 8 deep. But going back to this depth, I mean, you could play any girl on any given night.
Yeah.
Talk about how your depth is going to translate into the RMAC.
Well, I think the one thing that we were known for in the RMAC the last couple of years was our defense. When Alicia's playing 37 minutes, though, you can't press. You can't, some things you can't do. It's hard. And so this year, you'll see us get back to that original defense that we've done in the past. We're up in your face, pressing, trapping, running through passing lanes. And so being that deep is going to enable us to not just play more kids, but play the way we want to play the whole game.
Talk about the shooting. You guys are obviously an outstanding, without getting into too much, you guys, pretty darn good shooting team. And,
Yeah.
Just talk about the shooting of this team.
And that's the key now in basketball, man. We want to keep it simple, play defense, and make some shots. And I can count off the top of my head 5 or 6 kids that are good enough to make 3 to 5 threes on any given night. And so we're hoping that's how it plays out for us. I'm gonna have to be a little patient. I'm not used to 25, 30 threes a night, but we're gonna let them get them up there and see what happens.
Coach, talk about your non-conference schedule. You guys open with a really good Division II tip-off, up there in Montana. You get 3 quality opponents, Nebraska, Kearney, MSU Billings, and then University of Mary. And then you get right back into it here at home against, so you get some Lone Star competition. You get to see Colorado Christian. Just talk about how, when you're going into your mindset for scheduling a tough non-conference schedule, what goes into that mindset?
Well, apparently, you got to be a little crazy. We stopped scheduling wins years ago because in the end, you want to have a chance to get in a national tournament. Even last year, with the way last year turned out, we still finished up in the top 10 in the region. I think that's because of our preseason schedule. So, you got to see what it looks like up close. And so we're fortunate enough, and with the blessing of Dr. Plinsky, to go up there and play these tough games and play in these tournaments. And we get to see different basketball. And then, like you said, the next weekend we'll host 2 nationally ranked teams here, nationally ranked teams from Texas that'll come in. And so we just want to see what we got to do to be one of the more respected programs in the region and then nationally.
You guys kick off conference play on December 4th, versus Westminster. You guys were a really solid RMAC team last year, 13-7, tied for 4th in the league. How do you kind of look at it, going into your 7th season here at the helm on the women's side? You, especially in conference play, you try to drill it into your girls' heads that, hey, every single game matters. You guys last year, tied for 4th, but had to go onto the road to a tough Black Hills, a tough environment. We know you lost Alicia there in the first half in that game due to injury, but is that something you're going to maybe drill into your, like, hey, girls, 13-7 is a good record, but we got to be 14-6. We got to be 15-5.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. Just every game matters. Every practice matters. If anything, these last 4 years with that group has taught me take nothing for granted. Not anything at all. And I think that's been handed down to this group. Genesis got to see it up close firsthand, and Destiny and Brooke as well. And I think they've done a good job of communicating that to our girls. So not just not take anything for granted. Anybody can beat you on any given night in this league. Last year, our first game against Westminster on the road, we got lucky to get out of there. And then, there's always upsets. So we just want to play as consistent as we can in the league and make people adjust to us and not adjust to them.
Coach, I'll let you finish with this and we'll let you go. This time of year, early November, what's just kind of, you see the games start coming back on the TV. You guys are getting into practice mode every single day. What's just the best part about tip-off year in and year out for you?
Just seeing if you can put the pieces of the puzzle together. You see so many different teams, they play so many different ways, and you just want to know if we've been able to put put some nice pieces together and start making it gel a little bit. So, you know, not like basketball season to me when it starts and you see it all over the TV and social media. So I'm excited just to see what this group can grow into.
All right, Coach, we're looking forward to it. You guys tip off the season 5:30 p.m. this Friday up in Billings, Montana. You'll take on MIAA opponent Nebraska Kearney. Coach, good luck this season, and let's get this thing to March.
Thank you, Tyler. Go Pack.